Welcome to another episode of Headshot Happy Hour. I'm Shondell Thomas, your host. I'm sitting here today with my brother Christian Bradley. He's a HR representative. I like to call him a socialite, but
I do not like being called that.
but Christian don't like to be called a socialite. But that's how I see my man. But he is an entrepreneur. He has a initiative that is designed to get you right fashionably, right? That's how I know Christian. Christian is one of the most flyest guys in Cincinnati. So fly for the low.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely,
appreciate
bro.
it, man. 13, 14 years of hanging out, knowing each other. Pictures we've done, parties that I've hosted and thrown, and you've captured every shot of those. Fly for the society days, and appreciate you taking the time and having me on your podcast or show talking about Fly for the Low. So Fly for the Low basically is a consulting business or consulting firm that's going to help men dress affordably. For the Low is my hashtag in regarding, a lot of people thought for years I spent all this money on my clothes, and I would go out and I would go to Saks or go to some type of expensive boutique or whatever and buy suits and blazers, and that just wasn't the case. Up until maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, I had maybe a 3 or 4 or 5 blazer rotation. Might have had maybe 1 or 2 suits, maybe about 4 or 5 shirts, a couple pair of pants and jeans. I just knew how to rotate those things in and out really well.
So let's talk about that though.
Yeah.
So when you say, you had a what you say 4 or 5 suit rotation, like so let's talk.
Blazer rotation.
Oh, not even a whole suit.
Not a whole suit.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
So during our my Fly Society days. I don't think I owned a suit. I think I had a whole bunch of blazers and pants. You know what I'm saying? Because in those days, I was still trying to figure things out as far as career-wise. I knew what I wanted to do. Never thought I'd get into HR recruiting at the time. But, I just knew how to put things together to make it seem like I had it going on.
Gotcha.
I always dressed for where I wanted to be, not for where I was at. I always wanted to look the part that where you never know who you're going to meet or run into.
Absolutely.
So I would go into these spaces in a full suit. Guys like, man, like who is this dude walking around here, with suits on or a blazer and jeans or, whatever else or a nice shirt. And I always wanted to, again, look the part, but looking the part is not that expensive.
Gotcha.
A lot of guys don't understand that. They don't understand that you can buy you 2 or 3, maybe 2 suits for $500, depending on where you shop. 3 suits, actually. I bought 4 suits last year for $400 at Macy's. Kenneth Cole, Van Heusen, good suits, nice suits. I bought this blazer for $49.99 at Joseph A. Bank. Bought these pants, I think, at Macy's for like $30. These boots from Aldo for like, I think, $45.99 or something like that. They were on sale. What I would do was get on those. I would get on those websites and get those and get those emails and get certain things, and I would go and look. And you may find a sale or find a deal. And and I always, again, wanted to be able to, how can I show other men how to do these things? So when I got into the HR space, in the talent space, recruiting space, I'm interviewing people. People who look like you and I, mainly. And I'm seeing these brothers come to job fairs, seeing these brothers come to interview with me and other people, and they don't look the part. They're not dressed appropriately. And unfortunately, we live in a world where if you don't look the part, if you walk into a room and you don't look like you look like you're supposed to look, they're going to immediately judge you and write you off. Because unfortunately, how you dress in an interview kind of, in a lot of people's eyes, speaks to your character, speaks to your attention to detail, speaks to your effort, speaks to, if you're going to come in here for an interview looking slovenly or not put together or even groomed, well-groomed, shaved, whatever, then what you going to do when it comes to the job?
So that's interesting because I've always wondered the mindset of a HR recruiter or any, recruiters in general. Like, so that is a thing that not necessarily you take into consideration, but you do, it's in the back of your mind. You do think about it.
I mean, I do because I know that there was a time, but like this, unfortunately, this is being honestly and being real. I'm going to be real about when it comes to race. There's certain things that black folks can't do that white folks can.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay.
And what are some of those?
And there's some things they can get away with that we can get away with. Okay. We're taught in corporate America that you have to be twice as good as your white counterpart.
Got you, yeah.
And that comes from how you dress and carry yourself. Okay. So unfortunately, you know, you can maybe have a white candidate come in and maybe not have a tie on, maybe having a blazer, turtleneck, you know, and some pants, and he looks like he's going to a happy hour or going to a social event. But if I come in like that, he didn't even have the temerity to put on a shirt and tie. He didn't do that. You know, so this is based on experience.
I got you.
You know, I've heard, I've talked to some of my white counterparts. You know, good people. You know, who have said, well, Christian, they didn't come dressed like you to the interview. Yeah. You know, or have made certain comments in regards to, you know, and not just I've had black, you know, counterparts say the same thing. You know, it's not just, but you have to make sure. My goal for Fly for the Low is to remove barriers. I got you. That's removing an aesthetic barrier. Yeah. To make sure there is no. So when you walk in through the door, you're polished. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then now come out your mouth to interview, different story. Yeah. But I don't want. Right. But you should not be written off. Yeah, absolutely. As soon as you walk through the door, or as soon as the recruiter or the HR manager or the leader calls your name and you're in the room and you say, and they like, oh, an interview goes from being an hour to 10 minutes, you know. Yeah. So those are the things I want to try to help remove with Fly for the Low. How can I help remove barriers? How can, and now we know, I'm saying there's a barrier, maybe a financial barrier. What are some solutions and avenues that can help to point you into? Okay. And that's where Cincinnati Works comes into play. That's where the suit drops come into play, and that's where other things I have in the works come into play. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about is it Cincinnati Works? Yep. Cincinnati Works is a facility or an institution that you can go to that will help you to prepare for jobs. Correct. Help you to get obtain GEDs. Correct. Help teach you just like how to be employable. Sure. Basically. Yep. So what's your relationship with them? So shout out to Adam White, good buddy of mine. You know, reached out to me. I think he reached out to me when I first got to Tri-Health, or around that time, in regards to trying to maybe have a partnership with pipelining some of their individuals who maybe have a challenge background, have some job preparedness skills, or have had some training to get an opportunity within an organization. Okay. So when when we established that partnership, and mainly for our entry-level roles, food services, environmental services, some call center stuff. Okay. But one thing that I noticed is that I was like, well, I wonder if they can help out with when we can give some of their people come to their program, shirts and ties, shoes they need them, pants, suits, stuff like that for their interviews, or to prepare them for more of the, you know, professional level roles if they decide to, you know, go into those particular fields. Okay. So I launched Fly for the Low last July, partnered with them in regards to housing, because I ended up getting 13 bins of shirts, ties, suits, all type of stuff. So we house all that stuff at Cincinnati Works. Okay. So everything that I get, people donate, it goes there. Gotcha. Yeah. And then if you go through their program, then you can have access to those materials. That was excellent. So shout out to them for that. Yeah. For they have to do that. Right. You know. And shout out to them. So we had a big suit drive about 2-3 weeks ago. Had 20 of their team members, or 20 of their members, I should say, come in, get suits, get shirts and ties, get shoes, get belts, polos, nice button downs, to help them with their, you know, again, you know, with interviews, with jobs. Now you have these things to be able to help remove barriers. You can look the part. You can look the part, you know, and that's what Cincinnati Works. I mean, they're an amazing organization. Remove barriers, put you in jobs. If you have a challenge background, if you're a felon, we have a lot of misdemeanors, you can go to their program, help people get expungements, help you with getting, again, job readiness, preparedness. You go through a certification program. They do all these things to help you get prepared for an opportunity. And they have community partnership with other companies, not only with Tribe, but also with Christ and with Children's and Nehemiah and some of these other, with Kroger, and I think DHL and some other places that are going to help you get opportunity. It's just really no excuse if you really want to get an opportunity, there are programs and things out here for you to
Oh
do that.
yeah.
So there's,
yeah.
there's no excuse not to be able to get opportunities.
Yeah. So I've had positions in the past where I worked to, help young people get jobs or stay on track, get school and things like that. And Cincinnati Works was one of the companies that I leaned on a lot.
Sure.
Yeah. I rocks with Cincinnati Works. So let's talk a little bit about the styling part about it, right?
Okay.
So, because what you're doing, it's like it's full circle, man. It's not just for people who need to get on track, but people who are already established and they coming into the workplace, right? A lot of these cats can't dress either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
They haven't really been exposed to the professional world. And as we know, every corporate entity, every nonprofit entity, every entity has its own like culture,
Sure.
way of dress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where you come in at,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So like, what are you working on to like help like some of the seasoned professionals?
So what I call myself when it comes to fashion is Mr. Fundamentals.
Yeah.
I'm like the Tim Duncan of fashion.
I got
What I mean by that is Tim Duncan, in my opinion, is probably the best power forward of all time. Tennessee Spurs, 5-time champion, 2-time MVP. Tim Duncan's game was very boring. But
fundamental.
But from a basketball, but I loved it from a basketball. I'm a basketball savant, so I loved his game because it was so fundamentally sound. You know, I mean, it was just fundamentally sound. I mean, there was really no weakness in his game.
I got you.
Michael Jordan was very fundamentally sound. So is LeBron James. So is Kobe Bryant. But they're flashy. They have a lot of flash in their game.
Yeah.
But Tim Duncan is super fundamentally sound. I use that metaphor and comparison to me because I am very fundamentally sound when it comes to fashion.
Okay.
You look at anything that I have the basic stuff. I have black pants, black pants, gray pants, blue pants, khakis, white shirt, blue shirt, red shirt, button down, sweaters, V-necks, cardigans, black blazer, blue blazer, gray blazer.
Okay.
Black suit, blue suit, gray suit, tan suit. Now, do I have different pattern blazers? I do.
Yeah.
Do I have different other flashier things? I do. But my fundamentals are sound.
Got you. All right.
So now when you, like Tim Duncan, he'll dunk on you after he cross you up, but he could back you down, up and under, scoop. He can do things that are fundamentally in his game and add flash to it, and that's me.
All
So
right.
a lot of guys, for some reason, want to get the flashy
Yeah.
opposed to getting the fundamental. Why are you going to get a striped or gingham color shirt when you don't have a white shirt in your closet or a blue shirt, light blue shirt? Why you going to get some fancy loud tie when you have a blue tie or a red tie or a black tie in your closet?
Okay.
Why are you going to get some flashy patterned suit? You have a navy blue suit or a gray suit in your closet. So these are the things that I try to teach and try to educate men and say, listen, yeah, we can get that flashy suit. Yeah, you may want to get that for your birthday.
But get something
you can
always
wear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't wear that purple suit or that lavender suit or that burgundy. I love burgundy. You can't wear that dark maroon or burgundy suit to an interview.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
right.
That suit is for when you're going out to a wedding or going to a dinner, when you're going to a club, but a blue suit, a navy blue suit, wear anywhere you want to go. A gray suit, wear anywhere you want to go.
Okay.
Black suit, anywhere you want to go. So it's me just teaching guys that, yeah, it's cool you want to be dressed, you want to be fly, but Deion Sanders, Steve Harvey, all these guys who are kind of flashy guys have basic colored suits in their closet. When Steve Harvey, shout out to Steve Harvey, the man, I got a lot of respect for him. Steve Harvey said, everybody have a black suit in their closet. I don't agree with that. That should not be the first suit you have in your closet. I don't agree with
black
that.
suit?
I do not think
So what, you don't like black suits?
I'm not a big fan of black suits being the first thing in your closet.
I got you. All right.
I think a navy blue suit or a gray suit should be the first thing in your closet.
Okay.
The first suit you should buy be navy blue or gray.
Okay.
In my opinion. Because again, you can dress that thing up or down. Black is more formal. You can dress this black suit up and down too. But let's say you're in Miami. You wear a black suit in Miami?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to a funeral or maybe to a formal event maybe. In LA, you can wear a black suit in LA, when it's but if you have a blue suit, navy blue suit or gray suit, you can just mix and match that thing with a lot of different stuff.
I ain't even wearing that in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I mean-
but my point is that you can wear that blue suit or that gray suit to an interview or to
Okay.
church or to a funeral or like tomorrow I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. My dinner jacket, my formal dinner jacket, my pants, the jacket's too big because I've lost weight.
Yeah.
So I didn't know I didn't know I had lost that much weight, so it wouldn't be taken in the back.
Yeah.
The pants are a little bit too tight, and then take it out a little bit. I just bought them. So I can't wear the formal, because the wedding's a formal wedding.
Okay.
I can't wear what I wanted to wear. But I have a gray suit that's the color of these pants, a little darker than these pants I have on. And I'm wearing a gray suit, and it's a sneaker ball wedding. So I'm wearing Jordans, I'm wearing a gray suit, I'm wearing a gray bow tie and a white shirt. The gray suit can double as a formal suit, but if I had a purple suit, you know, I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
I got you.
so again, these are things that you can double, you can mask as, hey, this is what I can wear. And I think a lot of us just don't think like that.
Well, I mean, and you gotta think about
Or
our exposure.
don't know.
Yeah,
or
we don't
exposed
know, and that's what it is.
that's the big thing.
So what you're doing is you are exposing
Or re-exposing.
or
Because
yeah.
we grew up, because you and I are around the same age. We grew up in the 80s and 90s where you had a suit. You know, you had a blue blazer or a gray pant. You had a church suit. You had one church suit. Everybody had a church. Everybody had the good shoes and a church suit. All of us, we all grew up like that. What has happened is that now, because of a lot of us have either gone to blue collar jobs or the job or the professions that we've chosen to go into don't require that. And then being in Cincinnati, there's not a lot of places where you can go that require you to wear that, right? So why would I invest? Now, if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Chicago, Detroit, LA, you have to probably put on. But you don't. But in this city, there's not a lot of places for African Americans to go to that requires you to wear a suit. So why make that investment? My thing with that, my answer to that question is, if you stay ready, you have to get ready.
You.
I don't care if you're driving a bus. I don't care if you're a sanitation worker. I don't care if you're in construction. Every man should have at least a suit. I would think a blue, gray, black suit. I would think all three eventually in your closet. Why if you want to go to date night? You can't go to certain restaurants downtown looking like that. You can, but you'll get looked. Why would you want to walk into a spot, you know, looking like that?
I mean, but cats be thinking they fly.
And they're not.
Cats be thinking they fly.
You're not, bro. You're not. You're not.
Yeah. So it's cultures, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, because you know, you got the guys who, you know, they think that flashy stuff is
Hey, I'm not saying don't be flashy.
No, I get it. No, you know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah,
you know
I'm not saying don't do that.
It's depending on who you're around, what you're around.
Right.
So what you are saying is be more well-rounded. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Be more well-rounded.
Yes.
Like know the hip hop culture, version of fly.
Yes.
And the corporate version of fly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think unfortunately, Shondell, that a lot of us, again, depending on the job that you're in, depending on the role that you are in the community, who you are, and the exposure that you have, what happens is that a lot of us can't be that chameleon or be that unicorn. Good buddy of mine, one of my best friends, my big bro, Jan Price. Love Jan. You know Jan? Jan is one of those rare guys who grew up in hood of Indianapolis, you know, saw some stuff growing up, hooped, got out the hood, you know, been with Boeing. He's a senior executive at Boeing down in Dallas. Jan is a unicorn. Jan is that dude who can get to it, and then go and flip that script and go hang out with his corporate, white, black, anybody in between colleagues, and be able to mix and mesh in any environment. Be it the way he dresses, how he carries himself, all of that. And a lot of us just don't know how to be able to mix and match in both of those worlds. To a certain extent, I know how to, because I have friends in both of those worlds, but I also know my lane. I also know my lane. So, you know, I just ask brothers to say, listen, bro, if you want to be flashy, be flashy. But don't call me on a Thursday night asking me to help you get a suit for Saturday at a wedding or for an event you need to go to, and you get mad at me when the suit don't fit right. Well, bro, you gotta get it tailored. You gotta get taken in. It's a process. It don't happen like that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on a budget.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're on a budget, we're gonna need some time.
Yeah.
You
so,
know?
so let's talk about that though. Let's talk about. So you talked about affordability.
Sure.
You know what I mean, and having options for people to spread that out. Like talk about that process. Because I know you done gave me some advice before as far as like, man, just go to Jose Banks area periodically and just cruise the racks, man, and just. You'll be amazed at what you find.
Exactly.
I done found some really nice blazers. You know what I'm saying? I done found some really nice polo shirts that I love. I won't buy my polo shirts anywhere else because they just fit a certain way and the quality of the material.
Yeah.
But I found them at a fraction of the cost. You know what I mean? So talk a little bit about how to spread that out.
Sure. So I'm a big Banana Republic, Gap, J. Crew guy. However, Old Navy. However, Banana Republic is obviously top of the level for those particular brands.
Yeah.
But they have factory outlet stores.
Okay.
That I go to.
Yeah.
There's one over in Rookwood, J. Crew Factory Outlet in Rookwood, next to New York and Company, across the street from Old Navy.
Okay.
Pennsylvania Bank is over there.
Whole Foods.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Whole Foods. Yep. They have sales in there you would not believe.
Gotcha.
I mean, would not believe.
Okay.
Monroe Factory, Monroe Outlets up in Monroe. You have J. Crew Factory up there as well, Banana Republic Factory.
Hold on. So is J. Crew and Banana Republic and Old Navy a part of the same family?
No.
I know.
So Banana Republic, Gap, and Old Navy are part of the same family.
Yeah.
J. Crew and J. Crew and J. Crew Factory are part of the same.
I got you.
So I love them because of the quality.
Yeah.
I make the but again, I'm fundamentally how I dress.
Yeah.
Those brands of clothing are very fundamentally yuppie, preppy white boy type of dress, and that's just what it is.
I got you.
That's just what it is. So the way people used to laugh about how Carlton dressed back in Fresh Prince, right?
Yeah.
That's how people dress now. That was 30 years ago. V-neck sweaters, merino V-necks, or the thick V-necks, or the khaki, the chino shorts, the boat shoes.
Yeah.
That was 30 years ago on Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
And those are still the same fashions out right now.
Yeah, real talk.
Now, do you see how Will Smith dressed on Fresh Prince? Those are fads.
Yeah, right.
Those don't last. They last a season and couple, and they go away.
Yeah.
That style of dressing is no longer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the way Carlton was dressing, it's a classic. It's a classic way of dressing.
Gotcha.
So there's a balance. But the next question in regards to how I make my dollar stretch. Perfect example. This blazer. I wear this blazer with black pants, gray pants, khakis. I can wear this with a turtleneck, a V-neck, shirt and tie. No shirt, no tie. I can wear it with the Henley shirt up under it. I can wear it with a sweater, V-neck sweater with the shirt. This blazer can go with anything. It's black and blue.
Gotcha.
Goes with anything. These pants, these gray pants, I can wear these with black shoes, brown shoes, tan shoes, red sweater, blue sweater, green, lavender, purple, pink. This turtleneck is black. Pick one, which one
whatever you want to wear.
Right. These boots, I wear them with jeans. I can wear them with, obviously, with these pants. I can wear them with black. So everything I wear goes with something in my closet. So therefore, that's how I stretch my wardrobe, because everything in my closet goes with everything in my closet. You can miss and match. You come to my house and you will see, like, everything's color coded. I'm just OCD like that, and you will see, like, okay, wow, everything goes, everything plays pretty much.
Okay.
And that's how I make my dollar stretch. So my boy John Moore, shout out to my boy John Moore, C-Change 17 class, marketing executive. John asked me to help him with his wardrobe. So I go to John's house, and John didn't have the basics in his closet. I mean, the basics. So me and John and his wife go to J. Crew Factory in Rookwood. John spent well over $600 on clothes.
Okay.
It's an investment.
Yeah, yeah.
John got about 25 outfits, based off of the mixing, the matching
Okay.
of everything we bought. I want to bought like probably 4 or 5 pair of pants. I think like 2 or 3 blazers. About I think 6, 7 pair of shirts, socks, ties. He didn't buy any shoes that day, but all of those outfits again were basic, fundamental, foundational pieces for him to build off
be
of.
able to rotate, and then he probably got some stuff already.
So now you're able to build and you're rotating in and out off of all of that foundational stuff.
Yeah.
And it's only a $600 investment, which is in some cases one suit.
Yeah.
Right? People spend that for bottles at the club.
Yeah.
People buy 2 pair of Jordans for that. Right? So women buy weave for that. Break it down. You know? So let's figure. I mean, so when you break it down, like, okay, you need these things in your closet just to be able to say, hey, I have these. Because again, I don't know how many guys just will go out and buy a pair of Yeezys or a pair of Jordans and don't have a basic black, blue, or gray suit or a white shirt or a blue shirt. But they'll go out and buy a pair of Jordans for some retros for $300-$400 on Flight Club or on Gold or on Sneaker, whatever. But then you say, yo, I got an interview tomorrow. What you gonna wear, man? I ain't got nothing.
They on your feet.
I don't know how many guys I've talked to, grown men, not no kid, but grown men, who don't have, who spend. And now you got some guys who may spend on electronics.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta get the new iPhone.
Yeah.
I gotta get the new PS5. I gotta get the new. I know guys who got dope cars.
Yeah.
But don't have, again, basic things in their closet.
Gotcha.
So if we're able to help these brothers, men period, be able to take, or on another level, you have a suit on. If you're going from work, if you're going from a meeting at the boardroom to date night with the wife. So how do you do that? You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do that, so if you're going to go see Hamilton with the wife, you ain't gonna go home and change. It's time to go home and change.
Right. So how you gonna
switch that up?
Yeah.
So now again, it's thinking ahead of time. And I think about, like, I got 2 weddings I'm going to tomorrow. 2 weddings I'm going to tomorrow. So I got to go to my cousin's wedding at 3 and my friend's wedding at 5:30. I have to make sure the suit I'm wearing versatile enough to be able to go to both weddings. So all I'm gonna do is changing the shirts and the shoes. That's all I'm doing. I'm wearing the same suit, change my shirt, change my shoes. Because the first wedding is more of a casual wedding. I'm wearing my suit, but I'm gonna have probably a polo shirt up under it, probably my black Kohan, gym shoe, dress shoes. And then the wedding going to 5:30 is a formal wedding.
Yeah. Change
my shirt, bow tie, change my shoes. That's it. But that's how you think about it. And if we're able to think about it like that, it goes a long way, opposed to you bringing 2 new outfits and you got to be able to, you got to make sure. If we think about it in these ways and be able to, again, think long term, and a lot of guys just don't think like that. And a lot of people don't think like that. I do, because I'm really big on logistics. I'm big on, like, just efficient, make sure my time is efficiently used. Especially when it comes to me going to different places and going. I want to make sure I got everything and everything's in a line.
Right.
That way I'm not wasting any time or wasting any energy or unused energy. And I feel like that when it comes to clothes, I think a lot of men feel like, man, that's too much. It really isn't, because you're actually spending your energy on a lot of other things as well. I've mentioned a lot of brothers that go online and will buy, again, the same energy you have buying those Jordans or buying that car or buying that house, which obviously you want to buy property and house stuff, appreciate it. I get that. But the amount of attention and detail that you have when it comes to those things, it's a fraction of time when it comes to buying clothes, especially if the fundamentals in your closet. Especially if you have the fundamental, foundational pieces in your closet. And that's where I think to me, it makes it easier to be able to, again, get affordable stuff. Yeah. And then be able to, again, have those things for a very long time. I have a lot of clothes that I have for 10 years or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Got you. So I like that. So you talked about, well, you didn't talk specifically about tailoring, but you talked about some of your clothes that needed to be tailored or whatnot. So how does one find the right tailor or the right, you know what I mean? Or is there a right tailor?
It's preference, honestly. I've used several different types of tailors.
Yeah.
It comes down to price. efficiency,
Yeah.
frequency as far as getting yourself back to you in a timely manner. Most tailors will give you a week turnaround time.
I got you.
To get, depending on the fabric and what you need to be done to your blazer or your pants, maybe you may spend an extra 20 to 50 bucks. Depending on, so you buy a suit for 200 bucks, you may spend an extra 50 bucks to get it tailored to your size. Depending on if it's lined or the fabric, it may be a little bit more than that. I got a blazer, I got a vintage blazer, tweed. It was 70 bucks alteration because it was a lot of work to be done. I had the sleeves taken out a little bit. I got it taken in here. I got an elbow patches added onto the elbows.
Oh, okay.
So I got all this
for
stuff.
70, you got a whole new jacket.
Whole new jacket based for $70.
Oh yeah.
And the jacket was free.
But that's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. I remember I had some pants one time and I told you like, yo, I'm about to toss these pants. Toss what out?
Right.
You better go get them altered real quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what you mean? Like, I didn't think about, you don't think about it, man.
Sure.
You just think about just tossing stuff out. But I can get a whole new pant for
$20.
Yeah.
So I have gotten cardigan sweaters taken in that were too big. I've gotten jerseys.
Yeah.
I got Jimmy Garoppolo jersey. Go Niners.
There you go.
When I was about 25 pounds heavier, like in 2019, beginning of the pandemic, 2020, I was wearing an extra large in my jerseys.
All right.
So obviously, as you know, I did a big fitness thing, lost about 25, 30 pounds. That jersey was swimming on me a year later. I took it to Whitmer's over here on Bryanville, over on Madison Road. That's where I go. I took that bad boy in for $20. That blazer fits like a champ.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, you can spend, instead of you getting a whole, if you lost 80 pounds, then you may have to get different. But if you lost 20 pounds and maybe 2 pant sizes, it's fabric within the pants as you can tell how you can tell if pants be taken in or actually you can tell if you have gained some weight, you can take pants out maybe an inch or two. You can tell how much is right here in the inseam. You can tell. But if you lost weight, maybe 2 or 3 pant sizes, you can actually get those taken in. I would say maybe 2 pant sizes. 3, 4, that's when it's gonna look sloppy. It's not gonna look right.
Yeah.
But if you lost about 2 pant sizes, you can probably get those things taken in for $20, and then you can keep on wearing those pants.
Gotcha.
Same thing with jeans. Same thing with your blazers, your shirts. Now you can't get your next shirts taken in. You can get those taken in, but you can on the sides.
Okay.
Your polos, you can do the same thing.
Yeah.
With the sleeves and with you can really if you have a hole in your sweater. You can get the hole in the sweater sewn in, mended.
Okay.
Now you may have a little patch, but nobody. That's why it's actually looking at it.
Right.
Nobody will know.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so again, man, it's little things like that that could help the average college kid who don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Who can help the brother who has a favorite sweater and don't want to get rid of it. It can help that single mom with a growing son, you know, whose jeans are got a little bit too short. And it has a little hem or the dress pants. It's a hem right here that you can take the dress pants out. Opposed to you buying new dress pants every 6 months because he's getting taller. There's little things like that if you just take the extra 10 minutes, drop him off to the tailor and say, I need him to take out an inch. He's grown an inch. Think about an inch. Yeah. And now you're not spending 30, 40 bucks on a new pair of dress pants.
Gotcha.
So when it comes.
You know, the crazy thing about it is these are things that a lot of our grandparents and our mothers did, like in the 80s and the 90s. You know what I mean? As we got older, well, I think as kids, we didn't like it a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hand-me-down stuff, man. Get rid of one new stuff.
But so when we got older and we could afford our own stuff, you know, it's like, nah, we gonna go buy new stuff when we need new stuff.
Or I'll get another example, man. I was very disappointed in the suit drive. Well, the turnout was great.
All right.
Disappointed in regards to it, the lack of how many young guys, how many mothers did not bring their kids down, their boys down.
All right.
And that's where I was like, a lot of single moms out here, and this is where pride comes into play. The suits I have and the blazer I have come from executives. Shout out to the Triumph executives who donated 30, 40, 50 suits. Shout out to my Sea Change classmates who all make well over 6 figures and have donated a lot of dope suits. And a lot of these moms did not come down and get these suits from bankers, investment bankers, directors, VPs, for whatever reason. And I think our generation is like, man, that's pride. It's like, man, I don't want no hand-me-downs. My mom used to give me hand-me-downs from the Goodwill, or my older brother, I had to wear his old stuff. Man, listen, I get all that to a certain extent, but the average black man in Cincinnati makes, I think, $34,000 a year. The average black woman in the city makes, I think, $29,000 or $30,000. The average black male in the country makes $45,000. The average black woman, I think, makes $40,000 or $38,000. So I get it. But you got a growing boy who needs this stuff. And you got people willing to, black, white, everybody else, who donated this stuff, who don't need it, who don't want it, who might have wore maybe like 4 or 5 times to have like so many other suits. Come get this stuff and let's put our pride away. I got you'll be surprised. I know some of the most best dressed people in Cincinnati who thrift shop.
Oh yeah.
Who got money. I know rich white folks, rich black folks who thrift shop.
I'm one of them.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm one of them. Hey, dude, like Snooty Fox, my spot. Valley Thrift Store, my spot, and I get nice polos.
Yeah, nice. People don't. But what's wrong with that? I dated a young lady years ago. She's very successful. I had a vintage, a 1970s jacket my aunt had, leather, trench, nasty, something very vintage, nice. It was orange, leather, dope. She didn't want it. I don't wear vintage stuff. And the way she said it was so nose in the air, I was like, why? She told me. My mother used to always buy me Goodwill.
What was vintage
Salvation Army stuff. And I got teased a lot growing up.
Okay.
So that trauma from that.
Yeah.
Now this woman makes really good money, very successful, master's degree, owns property, very beautiful, successful woman.
Yeah.
Shout out, I'm not gonna say her name, but shout out to her for her, you know.
Yeah.
But that was me doing a bigger deep dive into understanding why she will not buy anything used.
Okay.
Not even furniture. She it gotta be brand new. And that's something for her because that's just her thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about any of that.
Yeah.
You know,
if it look nice, I can make it look nice. And honestly, man, the older it is, the better the
quality,
material, man. I'm telling you.
I got a blazer. My father got married to my mother in. It's the blazer it's the blazer or the suit my grandmother bought my dad in like 1976. Okay. My dad had this blazer and this suit, I guess, or this whole suit, 3-piece suit. I'm not wearing the pants, the bell bottoms. I can't wear the pants. I don't know where the vest
put the pants on.
I can't finally know where those pants are at. But the blazer, I got the blazer. He married my mother in that blazer. His pictures are in that blazer. It's 50 years old. It's, 48 years old, something like that. 46 years old. The material was immaculate. I mean, it's very thick, just dope material. So I got it redone. I got it tailored. I got the collars redone. I got everything. I got the patterns added to the elbows. That blazer, everywhere I go, people are like, man, that blazer from bro. I'm like, what's my dad's?
Never find
Never.
this.
You will never find it. You will never find this blazer. I mean, everywhere I go, everybody like, that blazer looks amazing. Like, bro, where you get that from?
But don't it feel good to be able to say something like that? Like, you will never find it.
You know what, though? Another thing, too, Shondell? The biggest flex for me is going to a Macy's or going to a Target or Old Navy or a Gap and finding a blazer for like $50.
Yeah.
Getting it tailored and looking better than the guy who went to Saks or went to another spot, some snooty boutique, which is that's their thing.
Yeah.
And I look just as good or better than them.
Yeah.
In my $50 blazer. And I think that's the biggest flex for me. That's what I like to say. Like, listen, like people ask me, like, where were you shop? Gap, Old Navy, Target, Macy's.
Damn. You know what's interesting? What's interesting is we didn't come from that generation where people where young boys got things tailored.
Yeah.
Do you ever heard the stories of Nobbies where the cats in the 60s and 70s would go down to Nobbies and get whole outfits?
Yeah.
That was the tailored generation.
Yeah.
We lost that. You know what I'm saying? Well, we ain't losing. We never had it.
We grew up in the hip hop generation where you wear everything baggy. If you look like Carlton,
Yeah.
You were nerdy. You didn't dress. Think about it, bro. Like, you didn't dress like that.
Yeah.
If you dressed like Carlton,
oh, you was clown.
if you dress, you were clown. If you had a V-neck sweater on, if you had to dress like Will Smith. That's how you dressed.
Yeah.
You dressed like Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm thinking of other shows in the '90s, in the '80s and '90s. I'm thinking like even how Theo dressed. You know, Theo even had on the Jordans and the big sweatshirts, stuff like that. Now they had a mixture because he would dress up and pedal. But like how in the '90s, because I think Cosby Show went off in like '92. So I think like Fresh Prince, like I think '90s, '97. So if like from the '90s, that's what you dress. You look like that.
Yeah.
And if you even look like Carlton, your pants even resembled Carlton's, you was getting clowned.
Yeah.
Period. It was not cool to look like that.
Yeah.
Now, what's crazy is it is cool to look like that now.
Yeah.
It is cool to dress a certain way and be sharp. It's cool, you know, because now you have like Kanye, but you have certain rappers and certain hip hop artists, ball players. It's cool to be sharp. Like Allen Iverson. People don't realize how much of an impact that Allen Iverson had on pop culture.
Even though his clothes were super baggy, he had his Fat Farm V-neck.
But everything was baggy.
Yeah, everything was baggy.
People don't realize how much like Allen Iverson, like the cornrows and the baggy suits and the big chains. Kobe Bryant, all these guys back in the '80s, I mean, up until dressed like if you look at the 2003 draft. Look at the suits some guys had on. Look what LeBron had on. Look what
they was long. Had the long coat.
Look what Carmelo had on. Look on with Dwayne. Look at all those guys had on.
Kevin Garnett had a long
suit in '95. Like, look how all these guys dressed.
Yeah.
That was, but and that's what it was.
Yeah.
Now you have to shift the culture is shifted, and let baggy look slovenly.
Yeah.
Think about when you see somebody with a big XXX shirt on. We was walking up at the Ritz back in like 2002, 3. Right? Think about you see somebody now with a big XXX. You be like
He just got out.
You just got out last week. You know, because that was the style.
Yeah.
Cats ain't walking around now. Cats walking around with their pants too small, all hanging off their butts, really looking crazy. Which that even looks crazy to me. But whatever.
But everything fitted.
Everything fitted though, and that's my whole point. Like, how do we as a culture? And that's what I want to do as far as Five for the Low. I'm not disparaging anybody in regards to how you dress.
Yeah.
My thing is, I'm not asking somebody to dress like me. I'm just trying to give you a blueprint of having the fundamentals in your closet, and then you build from there. Again, I like into basketball. I played basketball my whole life, so I tore my Achilles in 2012. I had to learn how to do a layup first. I had to learn to do a chest pass, bounce pass.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to dribble with both hands, regular dribble first.
Yeah.
Then I got those down between my legs, on my back. I got a layup down. Okay, I can say about do a free throw. Free throw, mid-range jump shot, each elbow, then three-pointer.
Yeah.
Okay, a chest pass. Okay, got it down. I can do a behind the back pass. I can probably dunk. There are things that you have to build out. You have to build out of. And then you are able to do the more advanced things. And it comes with fashion as well. Like, I mean, again, unfortunately, we live in a world that you're judged by how you look. Period. Yeah. Unless you are Diddy, or unless you are Jay-Z, unless you are a ball player or making a lot of money, or some type of, unless you are somebody that can hold up, you can't dress like those guys. Unfortunately, you can't yet. You can't. You have to have, in my opinion, this is probably an old school mentality, especially looking for a job. You have to dress a certain way to get to where you want to get to. And then once you start making the money, then when you start doing it, then you do what you want to do.
Yeah. So dress for the situation. Know the situation.
Yes.
They say that in sports a lot.
Yeah.
Know the situation. Know the play.
Yeah, I mean, as in Rome, like, in Rome, you have to be able to do as the Romans, or do what the environment dictates.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. And I'm trying to help young brothers say, listen, when you go into a job interview, when you're going into a networking event, when you're going into a happy hour cocktails and everything else, if you're going to these certain spaces where certain people are in, you have to look a certain way. It is unfortunate, especially being black.
Yeah.
Because you could be, I'm just being, because and people get mad at me for saying this, like, it should be that way. Unfortunately, you're right, it shouldn't, but it is.
Yeah, no. So it's like that across the board.
Yeah,
though.
it's like the white boys.
We ain't even talking
white
about.
guys,
But no,
everybody.
what I'm saying is, it's not even just in the workplace.
Yeah.
I went out one time. I had 3 events back to back. Somebody called me out. They wanted me to go have a couple drinks. I was in Forest Park at Sydney's Saloon, right? But I still tucked in. I'm still.
Yep.
Man, I had somebody say drunk. They were sloppy drunk. And they was like, dude, it's like midnight. I know you got off of work 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
Take your shirt out your pants, man.
Yeah.
I had to look at it like he was crazy, but I'm like, he right. We in a different environment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But was he right though?
I don't care what he was. I mean, it was the point that he made. Like.
So the way you dressed made him feel uncomfortable. Basically.
I guess it
yes,
did. Yeah.
The way you were dressed.
I look like. I don't know. I guess to them.
Was you bothering anybody?
Nah, I wasn't
exactly.
bothering nobody. But that's why I looked at him like. But then I thought about it.
Bro.
But I thought about it like, yo, you know what? I'm in a different environment.
But how many times I tried there before I got a so now, so this is another thing too. I'm gonna get back to your point.
Yeah.
I dressed like that for years in 95-degree heat, bow ties, black, whatever else for years for a reason.
Yeah.
Now I go where I go.
Yeah.
And I could go any and move it, mix and move, and I'll go for the. But now I'm in a hoodie, in jeans, and Vans.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my Jordans or my Air Max and a pair of jeans. People know Christian going, wherever. I'm always put together regardless of what. But I'm comfortable.
Yeah. So it's reasons for that. Like, so I was always taught to. I've always been presentable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I always dress presentable. I mean, that's just how it always was.
Yep.
I mean, we lived in the dead of the hood, but my mama I was always different. I was distinguished from the rest.
Yeah.
And that was her point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get you in a pattern and used to dressing a certain way. And as you get older, you will know the situation. You will know how to switch it up if you want to.
Yep.
But you're going to have this foundation of being polished as much as you can.
Yep.
Because you never know who you're going to run into, what opportunity you might have, and person going to judge you by your looks.
Yep.
I'm having that conversation with my son now. My son 19. He's always been around me. He always seen me. I go out the house, I dress a certain kind of way. Always. There's situations. If we going to handle some business, I'm always going to have on a button down.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm gonna dress that part.
Yep.
If we going somewhere else, it's a different way, and he recognizes that now.
Yep.
But now I can explain to him the reason why.
Yep.
You wanna get into a habit of being able to set yourself apart. When you walk in the room, if it's 3 guys, they want to look at you and they want to be able to. You want them to judge you on a better end.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Without you even having said anything.
Agreed.
Give yourself an upper hand.
And that again, fly for the low. My motto is maximizing your wardrobe potential while enhancing your personal style efficiently and affordably. For that reason, why you just said, let's do what we can to remove barriers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I want to be able to walk into a room, and there's a lot of times where I walk into a room, the only person who looks like me in the room. I walk into a room, and the looks I may get, like, and I hate that is the case, because I'm not going for that effect. I'm going to kill him with that. I'm not going with that for that effect. I'm going to be presentable and to hopefully be able to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
And these are things that we have to be better at, is be able to provide our boys with avenues to be able to be presentable and taken seriously before they even open their mouths.
Yeah.
Before you open your mouth, you're taken seriously, and people are not. You already have a struggle because you're black. That's just what it is. It's what it is. Okay, and it sucks that's the case, but it is what it is. But my father always told me, control the things you can control.
And that's one thing.
I can control how I dress, how I present, how I prepare.
Yeah.
And then I can control my punctuality. I can control everything. Those things I can control.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't know, I just don't know.
Right.
But if I prepare correctly, if I present correctly, I know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
then I did all I can do.
Yeah.
It's out of my hands.
You
It's in
done
the Lord's
leveled the
hands.
playing field for yourself.
I did everything
Yeah.
I could do. And that's
Yeah.
what, when it comes to interviews, I tell guys, I tell anybody who listens, you can control how prepared you are for the interview by asking certain questions, by during the initial phone screening or whatever, by researching the company, by asking the company culture. You can ask these questions during the interview process or during the pre-screening process before you even step on site.
Yeah.
And that way you're able to know how to dress,
Yeah.
how to be, what to say, you know what I'm saying, what to prepare for, and therefore you're removing barriers.
Yeah.
If you do these things, it will put you in a better situation to hopefully get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Now, if somebody's better than you, if somebody's has more experience than you,
Then
it's
you're out of your control.
You're out of control.
Mm-hmm.
But at least control the things that you can control.
Yo, that's
and how you dress and how you present and prepare is what you can control.
Yeah.
I was talking to a team member. My company called me. I did a presentation for the YP ERG last week about interview skill, resume building, and how to dress for prepare for an interview.
Mm-hmm.
And he called me. He wanted more information. He wanted to follow up in regards to opportunities.
Okay.
So I talked to him about it, and I said, "You need to." I gave him some tips and some pointers, and now it's up to him to take what I said and apply it.
Yeah.
And that's something I wish our young guys, and I didn't do it. I wish if I listened to my father when I was 19, 20, I would be a lot further in my career than I am now.
Right.
However, I'm more appreciative of my journey because I appreciate the opportunity. I would not be right here. I think I would not be as appreciative. I would not be as transparent. I would not be as vulnerable to be able to share if I had not gone through. And you've been there with me these past 12, 14 years going through things when it came to jobs and came to Fly Society and not being able to pay you on time. We're at the events and you
we ain't talking about that, right?
Well, I bring that for a reason though. Bring it up because it's about growth.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
about
I get
growth. And I think that people need to understand it's okay to have come from a place of not knowing or not being prepared or error.
Yes.
But now you have opportunities and you have people who want to help you and people who want to actually invest and pour into you.
Yeah.
And Fly for the Low is that. Getting back to the whole thing. What I'm saying to you in this whole thing, this conversation, is how Fly for the Low is an opportunity to invest in men. And it's going to build out to just not being about clothes. It's going to also be about career development, resume building, interview preparation skills. How can we help men, specifically African American men, in urban settings, urban communities? How can I help these brothers get opportunity? And it's going to be for everybody, rural white guys, Hispanic, anybody who needs the service. But it'll be, what can we do to help these guys be prepared, be able to present, and be able to make sure that barriers to the things they can control, they control.
They can control.
And as long as you put your best foot forward, you can say, I walked away knowing I did all I can to get an opportunity. Be it a job or a grant or a scholarship or an entrepreneurial opportunity or an internship, whatever it may be. How can we help you from an easy, high level? Not something real in the weeds, Shondell. I mean, a high level. How can we really help you get your clothes, get your skill set, prepare you, pour into, and invest in you to be able to hopefully be able to get you an opportunity that will set you up for the rest of your life?
So we gonna wrap this conversation up, man.
Absolutely.
It's been a really dope conversation, man.
Appreciate it,
I like everything that you done said, and I like how you rounded it back home. It's one thing to be fly. It's one thing to to have an initiative to teach people how to dress or to give them options to dress. But it's another thing to help them to be sustainable in life.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Help them get some other skills and help to teach them the reasons why it's important. You know what I mean? So I bought in a suit.
Okay.
I didn't want to wear a suit today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So in all transparency, I'm kind of going through some things with my weight or whatever.
Yeah.
So all of my clothes right now is fitting crazy.
Sure.
Like big.
Yeah.
Like, and I ain't working out. I ain't doing nothing. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
But like after COVID,
Yeah.
like before COVID, I wore suits a lot. Did a lot of networking events. I'm just now getting back into my clothes,
Yeah.
man. And lately, I've been buying new clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Until I started talking to you
Yeah.
about, dude, stop buying clothes and go
get them tailors
fix
again.
the stuff. Yeah, especially if they like too big.
Yeah.
That's an easy fix. So I bought in a black suit.
Okay.
I know black suits ain't your thing.
It ain't my
for real.
favorite, but we can definitely break it down.
Well, let's break down this suit
We
real
can
quick.
break it down. Bring them shoes
So,
too.
Oh, the shoes
Bring
too?
the shoes too.
Now, I bought these shoes for the heck of it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't typically wear those shoes with this, but so I got the black joint, and it's a real live suit, a whole suit.
Yep.
All right, talk to me.
So the suit, I mean, again, classic suit, right? Black, two button suit. So nothing, you know, too flashy about it. It's a basic black suit, right? The question is, how's it fit you? Is it a slim fit suit? Is it a traditional? Is it a tailor fit? How's it fit? So I would recommend, obviously, since you're really fluctuating in weight, I recommend if you're fluctuating in weight, get to a weight you want to get to.
Got you.
And maintain, and then get it
tailor.
tailored. Because once you're taking in, you ain't taking it back out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you make sure you get to the weight you want to maintain, and you might want to fluctuate between 5 to 10 pounds within that weight. Okay, I fluctuate between about 227 to 236. I can't, and I may on the offers get to 222 sometime, but I'm between normally 227 to 235, 36.
Okay.
And that's where I normally fluctuate between. And so all of my suits, it may get a little tighter, it may not get a little tighter, depends on. But when I get it tailored, normally I normally have a shirt on or a sweater on with a shirt. That way that gives me that extra cushion, that extra room, but it's still tailored, right?
Gotcha.
So I recommend get to the weight you want to get to, or the size you want to get to. You're happy with that size, then you get your stuff tailored. Recommend that.
Got you. All right.
Also, knowing the size, so people don't realize it's about the size of your shirts. And I don't mean about your neck size and your arm length. That you should know what to get those measured. You get them at Joseph A. Bank or Men's Warehouse or Macy's for free. I mean the cut of the shirt. Tailored, slim fit, classic fit. These type of cuts of the shirt, athletic fit. There are so many type of cuts of shirts now that will fit your size.
Okay.
And I think that we need to, you know, the cut of the shirt to basically make sure the shirt fits you the way we wanted to fit you.
Got you.
My shirts are normally slim fit or tailor fit.
Okay.
Okay. Now, depending on where you go, Joseph A. Bank, Men's Warehouse, J. Crew Factory, Macy's, depending on the brand, whatever else, certain shirts fit you differently.
Okay.
Like a polo shirt will fit me differently than a Republic polo shirt.
Yeah, because
golf shirt.
This shirt, these polos,
Right.
man, is like
or golf shirt is what they
Got
call
you.
them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So different, like a J. Crew golfer polo shirt may fit me differently
Yeah.
than a Gap golfer polo shirt.
All right.
A button-down, a V-neck sweater from Banana Republic may fit me differently from one from Old Navy. You know what I'm saying? So knowing those different stores, knowing again when it comes to cuts of your jeans and your pants,
Yeah.
all my jeans are all slim fit. I don't get skinny. I get slim.
Okay.
Slim fit or straight cut.
Okay.
I get my jeans tailored for the straight cut to make sure, because I normally wear dress shoes or boots or with my
And
jeans.
you want to see the top.
I want to see the top of my shoes, depending on what. So they fit right over. So and some people I like the break a little bit different. The break might be a little baggier. My breaks are really, really straight. I like my stuff straight up and down. I don't want no bagginess, anything like that.
Okay.
So that's just me. So make sure the shirts you buy, like in this case, this shirt is a Beverly Hills Polo Club. I don't know if it says the type of
Cut it in.
Cut
Nah,
it
it ain't gonna
is.
say it on here.
or will it say it right there?
Nah.
Okay, so normally you can know what type of cut the shirt is up here. It'll tell you
Alright.
traditional, it'll say classic, it'll say slim fit, it'll say traditional fit, it'll say tailor fit, normally in the tag, definitely on somewhere on the shirt, unless you got it off the rack somewhere opposed to being in the packaging. So that's something you can always ask and say, hey, and normally a professional in a store can tell you, hey, your build, I think you might want to look at a slim fit or
Mhm.
look at a tailor fit. A bigger guy, not so much. Maybe athletic or
Okay.
classic.
Okay.
Because again, those
Husky.
huskier guys.
That's the other word
Yeah,
for
huskier.
it. Yeah, I
That's
got
a
you.
political way of saying it.
Yeah, I got you.
PC way of saying it. So now, I don't wear brown with black. That's just me. If I do, it's on purpose and it's not deliberate. It's really deliberate.
All right.
It's not by accident. I would not have picked this brown shirt, brown with the black. That's
Okay.
just it matches, but it's kind of like a fashion faux pas that you shouldn't wear brown and black together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look it up, it's like it's not really. You don't see like people wearing brown and black together.
Huh.
You don't see people,
All right,
people
that's-
wearing brown belts with black pants. You don't see that. Or
Okay.
brown, you really don't see it. Now, you may see somebody wearing an all-black suit with like some camel colored shoes,
Yeah.
okay. Because it's just it's a little extra pop. But you won't see that. You see it in a club or at a bar or at an event.
Okay.
You won't see it in work. You won't
Gotcha.
see that in a corporate setting or anything like that. So again, you could probably rock this, but not at work. You rock that, well, this is more of a work shirt, more of a dress shirt, but
Mhm.
I would recommend you don't wear brown and black when you're going to a corporate setting or to a work. You wear that when you go to a club or you're going to a happy hour with your woman, something like that.
Okay.
That's my recommendation.
All right.
So the tie. So this is also another type of thing. So people need to understand patterns. You're not supposed to wear patterns on top of patterns. Now, in this case, you can, because the pattern is squares. A gingham shirt is squares.
Mhm.
So you can wear, and the pattern of this escapes me.
Paisley.
Paisley, here it is.
Mhm.
Thank you, my man. So Paisley on top of this is great. It's busy, but it's cool.
It's a bunch of shit going. But I figure
but
up under the
yes,
suit
it's
though.
fine. It's fine. Even if you wear a suit, it's still fine. You don't want to wear a striped tie on top of this shirt.
Yeah.
Polka dot, yes.
Okay. Polka dot.
Polka dot, yes.
Really?
Yes. Polka dot, yes. But not, and that's even kind of a stretch.
Okay.
But definitely the Paisley on top of that would be dope. If you have a striped shirt, Paisley or polka dot. Not a striped tie.
Okay.
If you have a striped tie, solid shirt, normally a solid shirt.
Solid shirt, really. Yeah.
So yes, this plays. I would actually put on, Shondell, gray. A gray suit would have been dope. The grays in here.
Okay.
Gray suit would have been dope.
Okay.
It'd have been dope. Brown shoes, been dope. So I mean, again, and breaking that down. So also, let's look at these Kohans. So I love Kohans. I love these shoes. I have a lot of Kohans at home, especially with this gym shoe bottom. Nike is a Kohan partner to make this gym shoe $0 amazing. Another thing too about Kohans, if you have Kohans, you can send them back to the Kohan store or to the factory or if you wear them out, if the sole. Let's about these Kohans real quick. So these Kohans, again, a lot of people don't understand about these Kohans. These Kohans actually have a lifetime warranty. So if you wear out the sole or wear out the upper, you can send them back and they'll resew them for you or redoing for you.
I never knew that.
A brand new pair. So great investment. They're a little expensive on the pricey side, but you can get them. They got great sales on the website all the time. There's also a Kohan outlet up in Monroe that has dope sales. So but I love these shoes. These shoes, I mean, these $0, again with the upper and with the gym shoe bottom, you can dress them up, dress them down. Actually, I mean, again, wear these with black or gray jeans, dark blue jeans, black dress pants, gray dress pants, black blazer, gray blazer, khakis if you want with the white shirt. You can really be able to, you can wear it with cardigans, you can wear it with a sweater, you can wear it with, you can just, run around with the kids or go on a date night from the boardroom down to happy hour. So very versatile shoe. And that's, again, Fly for Lowe's was about, really just maximizing your wardrobe potential, making sure you're able to get everything you can out of your wardrobe for an affordable price and to make sure the investment is sound. And that's where I think that, again, when it comes to the suiting and the clothes, the shirts, everything down to the shoes, make sure that you're getting the most you can out of your wardrobe, man, to sustain it for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like I honestly hate having to replace things I already have in my closet. I hate having to replace a V-neck red merino sweater I've had for 5 or 6 years. Because the hole in it is too big, I can't get it resewn, so I have to spend $50 on another one. Which is not in the grand scheme of things, but I already have that sweater. I don't want to be able to replace it. But you wear and tear. I got 5 good winners out of it, 10 good winners out of it. I got sweaters from the Gap that I've had for 10 years.
Mm.
You know, so I mean, or 10 seasons. Well, 10 years.
Gotcha. Yeah, 10
so
years.
so I mean, things like that. And I got Cole Haans that I've had. I got a pair of brown Cole Haans that I've had, I think, for 10 years.
So hard bottoms.
Hard bottoms.
Yeah.
Wingtip. I got a pair of brown Cole Haan Chukka or dress boots I've had, I think I know since 2014, 15.
Huh.
So that's 7 years.
Okay.
You know, so I've you know, so I mean, you know, you can be able to, again, versatility, make sure things work. Good pair of shoe polish goes a long way.
Yeah, buddy.
I love Kiwi. You know, I'm gonna do a reel about that probably the next weekend, and we go how to bring your shoes back.
Yeah.
You know, so again, just maximizing that's what make this stuff work for you.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
That's what's up, man. Kristen, I appreciate you, man, sitting with me.
My pleasure, my
Man,
guy.
this was this was a good talk. I think a lot of information came out of it. A lot of motivation came out of it, man, because it's a lot of seasoned professionals, man, that they don't take, I don't want to say they don't take pride in it, but it's just not a priority for them to invest in clothes like that. You know what I mean?
But the investment won't take that much time,
Yeah,
right? I mean, it goes back to being able to pay it forward. Also, a sense of obligation, not being obligated, but actually wanting to do these things. Five for the Low was born because I saw a need.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something that I think people can benefit from.
Yeah.
That I'm passionate about. I like looking good. My father raised me to look neat and look presentable.
Yeah.
Not necessarily look flashy, but look neat, presentable. I saw pictures of my grandmother and my grandfather going out back in the 60s and 70s, 50s. My grandfather was always dressed to the T. He was a Shriner, a Mason Shriner. Grandma was always dressed. They didn't have a lot of money. Grandma was a homemaker.
Yeah.
My grandfather worked with the GM, you know. So I saw a sense of pride of how you carried yourself. Black folks had a sense of pride. Look at those pictures back in the
Real
day.
talk.
Sense of pride of how they carried themselves. And it represented you. Like when I left the house, you represent the family.
Yeah, real talk.
Represent the Bradleys. You know what I'm saying?
We laugh nowadays. We laugh at the old cat with the creases in his jeans
not
and
me.
stuff.
Well,
but that was pride. That's what they did.
How it's about dignity. Like,
yeah,
Black folks really had to think about dignity, about how you looked and carried yourself.
yeah.
You know, that's something that I really, really take pride in. I love when Karma and I go out because when Karma and I put on clothes, oh, I love it because we both look immaculate. We both care about how we look and how we carry ourselves. We both come from old school families who really about presentation. And I was up having substance behind that presentation.
Yeah.
But it's about dignity. It's about pride. I don't want to ever be looked at. And it's what's crazy is that I've been looked at as lame about how I've been called lame. You lame. How am I lame? Because how I dress? I mean, you lame. You know. Okay, but I have to understand and consider the source.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm considering the source. Considering who's that coming from. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be better, again, of uplifting each other, trying to uplift mediocrity and
raise the bar.
Raise the bar.
Raise the bar.
And some people you can't take everybody with you. You know, again, it's not about me. It's not about obligations. It's about wanting to. Again, like I said before, obligation is a bill for me. We could debate about that all day long. It's a bill. I have to pay my rent. I'm obligated to do so. Yeah. I'm contractually obligated to pay my rent every month. Right? Yeah. Or I have nowhere to live.
Yeah.
I'm not obligated to do what I'm doing I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to do. Shout out to everybody's investing in Five for the Low, my Sea Change classmates, my family, my girl, my lady, my daughter who's been indirectly influential with this, making sure that she has the opportunities and have barriers removed for her, helping her whatever she needs. So I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yep.
You know, I can ramble on this all night.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
You know, but this was all about.
I appreciate you, bro. Like I say, a lot of information came out of this, man. So the listeners and viewers of the Headshot Happy Hour would definitely benefit from it.
Yep.
Whether they see it today or they go back and see it later. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times this what we talked about is an afterthought for a lot of people.
Exactly.
But it's a forethought for some people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So either way it go, it's beneficial. So
absolutely.
I appreciate y'all listening to this or listening. So we are on Spotify. We are on YouTube, so you can listen to it, watch it. You know, every platform that you can listen to a podcast, we are there. YouTube, all your social media links. So we appreciate however you are consuming this content. Appreciate you taking the time. So the Headshot Happy Hour was created during the pandemic when we couldn't get out and socialize and network. I had a lot of entrepreneurs and just professionals that was creating things that was beneficial to society, right? But they were creating these things for their sphere of influences. And I looked at it like these are things that the public needs to know. The masses need to know some of these things. So I decided to create Headshot Happy Hour so that I can put out the
amazing
content
platform.
myself.
Amazing platform.
So I appreciate you being a part of it,
Thanks
man. You are now alumni.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? At Headshot Happy Hour, you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
So yeah, so I appreciate y'all, man. We out. I'll see y'all on the next episode.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was dope.